In this X-Plane video, we fly a Grumman Tiger by V-Flight Air Simulations over the foothills of Northern California into Reed Hill View Airport in San Jose at dusk. In my last flight simulator video, I showed you my PC setup utilizing 3 iPads, a single 34-inch wide monitor, SciTech panels, as well as yoke, quadrant, and rudder pedals. I also showed you Noir, my X299 based PC running a 1080 graphics card. Now I know the 2080 and 2080 Ti series are out, and there's other video cards that are much more powerful than the 1080, but for my purposes, I still get smooth rendering and very, very realistic flights utilizing just the 1080 video card. So let's go ahead and jump into the flight as we look over the left wing at the beautiful California foothills. As a real-world pilot, I use a flight simulator for practice more than play. So you're not going to see a lot of outside the airplane shots. I try to create videos as if I was actually flying the airplane. So a lot of in-cockpit shots and commentary on what I'm doing and what I'm thinking. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, as you can see, the performance of the 1080 video card is more than adequate to provide a smooth flying experience. Below us now is the San Luis Reservoir, one of the largest reservoirs in California. The reservoir also represents an easy-to-locate landmark for pilotage for VFR pilots and is one of the major flag marks on navigational charts in California. The panel layout on this Grumman A5 Tiger is laid out very well by V-Flight Air Simulations, a great panel on a really good sim airplane. All of the head movement you see is done using Track IR. If you haven't used it, it really helps when flying in a simulator because it puts you in a 3D space. Being able to use Track IR to check your 45s on downwind makes the flying experience much, much more realistic. Jumping ahead, we're now parallel on the 101 freeway headed north. As you can see, my AGL altitude is actually pretty low as I look over the nose. My MSL altitude is a little bit above 4,500 feet. As we cross into San Jose, you kind of have to hug the mountains. On the left-hand side, it is flat, but Freeway 101, which are those string of lights, is within the Class Bravo airspace of the airport in the middle of the screen, which is San Jose. We're going to the airport on the right-hand side, which is Class Delta Airport, and that's Reed Hill. Now that we've cleared 3,000 feet, I can descend to pattern altitude. I veer to the left, and then back over to the right in a small S-turn, better line up with the runway, and prepare for final descent. Setting the flaps and getting the Tiger prepared for landing. Tigers tend to like to come in a little bit faster, so I'm going to try to maintain about 80 to 75 knots all the way in. I really like how X-Plane renders night flying. Pitch black where it should be, slight glow where it should be, which is very representative of how it looks in real world. Now we're pretty well established on final approach. I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me this entire time. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button, as I'll be trying to get out more flight simulator content as well as real world content. And again, thank you for flying with me. If you notice the Vasty on the left side of the runway, I'm a little bit high on this approach. When I briefed this flight, I knew that there were buildings on the approach end of the runway I wanted to clear. When you fly between buildings, there's possibility of wind shear, and I didn't want that to affect me on this flight. When I did this flight real world, there was some wind shear, so I'm glad that I had practiced it in the simulator prior. As I get a little bit closer to the threshold, you'll see from the left by my clock on the panel a little truck rendered very well by X-Plane.